The banded march is an exercise that we're going to be using to strengthen your abdominals, your psoas, and your rectus femoris, so hip flexors and core movements all in one go. What you're going to need is you're going to need a band. You want to put it around the middle of your feet. You're just going to lay yourself on down, and we're going to perform the whole movement by first making sure that we've eliminated any gaps between the lower spine and the floor. How we're going to do this is we think about tucking this hip towards the rib cage, and we want to lift the shoulders right up off the ground. We want to lift the feet up off the ground as well, and then from there, all we do is pull one knee at a time towards our chest, as high as this knee can go towards ourselves. We let that foot come forward, and as soon as the slack comes off the band, we pull that other leg towards ourselves. So a good rule of thumb is there should always be a leg anchoring the band. What we don't want is we don't want to swap the knees over early or have them over here, where this is obviously like a pressing exercise, not a pulling exercise. And there's some little rules that we want to have in there. Now, initially, it's going to be quite difficult to just keep your shoulders off the ground and to keep your pelvis lifted up towards yourself. So some things that you can do before you get to that kind of level is, of course, you can do the classy, put the hands underneath the butt, and that makes it a bit easier to keep that lower back in the ground, because now we're kind of assisting the lower abdominals, curving that pelvis up. And another thing that we could do is we could get a foam roller or a cushion, and we can put that underneath the shoulders so that we are not having to lift off the ground ourselves, but we're already getting that abdominal flexion right there. Makes the abs work a little bit less hard, but that's the point of things. We can still do the exercise and get an awful lot out of it. And then once we feel like we've developed a little bit more core stability, we can take that foam roller right. We can stop using our hands and we can just go for it the way it's meant to be. Now, start with whatever band it is that you are ready for. What we're looking for is 20 reps in total. So 1 rep, 2, 3, 4, and so on. 20 reps in total, all at a nice controlled pace. I'd start off with like your mid-strength band, and you want to build this up to the strongest band that you've got. Once you're there, those abdominals are going to be made of steel. Enjoy, brother.